Yeah, no, I really can't accept that. Sorry, I really can't. Well, Shelly's dead. Bye bye, Shelly. There's no point of playing this out. Like, what the fuck? I hate this game. Like, also, no. I'm not gonna play. I will not play this round further. Watson isn't even hard. That's the thing that makes me so sick. He isn't even hard. It's only just him getting all the time hexed away. Yeah, cringe ratio. Definitely my fault. You miss play rough and you miss the jump kick. Like, I thought it's the trick. Well, apparently I killed just my encounter. Fuck me, I guess. Para would be pretty cringe. This was a crit. And we get parried. That hurts. And we are dead to crit now. Please. Please, I'm a big chunky man. Please. Fuck. I fucking can't, man. I fucking can't. Today we are playing Pokemon Inclement Emerald with Hardcore Nuzlocke rules in Challenge Mode. For your information, Challenge Mode means lower level cap than the normal mode, plus the enemy trainers have perked EVs and even some EVs. IE is obviously a modification for Pokemon Emerald, which is, funnily enough, the most used generation for ROM hack making. Emerald Kaizo, Radical Red, Pokemon Unbound, etc. Anyways, before we jump into the game, let's talk about the most important things first. In Inclement Emerald, you can decide which regional starters you are allowed to choose from up to Galar. You can also get all Pokemon up to Gen 8. Some of the strongest mons are actually egg encounters through the daycare, so you should definitely check the link in the description where all important informations for Inclement Emerald are included. Apart from having an insane Pokédex, you are also able to max out your AVs and EVs in Slateport City. To be more specific, the Venomins max out your AVs, and the Braces give you 16 EVs for each defeated Pokemon, but only the EVs of your Brace. So, if you fight a Pokemon which gives you HP EVs, but you are wearing a Brace which gives you attack EVs, you will only get 16 attack EVs. In the house to the west, you can change your nature for berries, which are also easily obtainable in this game. Later into the game, you can also tweak your EVs and IVs for money or bottle caps. You can also be excited for all Pokemon. Most of the mons that weren't already good got some cool buffs in their stats, type changes, new abilities, or even new Mega Forms. But without teasing anymore, let's look at how I bet Pokemon Increment Emerald with Hardcore Nuzlocke rules. As you can see, this is my 11th attempt, so I already have some understanding of the game. For this run, I decided to go, funnily enough, for the Hone starters. If I had to decide for Nile region, I'd probably go for the Kanto starters. We decided to go for Torchic because it's, in my opinion, an even better starter than Chamchar. I don't want to use Blaziken for a normal team, so we are going to use it for literally one purpose. But that will be talked about later in the video. Anyways, here are our first encounters. I also want to mention that after a certain point I won't show you the encounters anymore, not because there aren't any left, rather because I don't use any of the new ones. In Petalburg Woods, we met our first mini-boss battle. Long story short, Mommy breaks the Okogrun's mon's heads and makes him go cry like a baby. Afterward, we will use 6 Zagoons covered and get ourselves some leftovers from the Munchlax on this route. Yeah, let's don't talk about the getting the Whisper. I just can't get away from this stupid thing, but Tynamo is cool. Yeah, let's start with Roxanne. First, we lead with Nidoran female and destroy the Aeron. I still don't know how we hit that roll. Nosepass comes up next and we just start pivoting. To be honest, we are just trying some shit because most of our mons are worthless first run anyways. At one point, we finally managed to switch in Bidoof and got Stealth Rocks up. Then, after nearly losing all our normal Pokemon, we send in Lopunny and start sweeping. I mean, I would say sweeping, but Terran is cheating. You wonder why I say cheating? Probably because there wasn't a single run where the AI didn't red card the lowest HP mon from our team into the field. Haha, so funny Roxanne. No wonder you have to play with rocks. No man will touch you anyway. After sadly losing Zigzagoon, Mami decides to sweep the floor with Roxanne's pebbles and snatches us the first gym badge. Oh yeah, we have to help those guys to get some stuff back and sweep the grunt again. Then we get a letter for the former champion of the region, we transfer it to him and get the steel ring from him as well. Oh, we also got some new encounters. But, by the way, here you find Brawly, get the evolution stones, the vitamins and the bracelets for EV training. Yeah, TBH, who cares, let's demolish Brawly. Stami makes a short process with Meditai and Combuskin occurs the Breloom. Dude gets destroyed by our executor with... oh, never mind.
But it's a physical damage move, makes no sense! Well, I guess we're fucked.
We then destroy Dude with Spark. Hariyama is cringe and destroys Wishiwashi. We sack it and kinda hacks it away with Stami. Lucario gets walled by Combuskin and Hitmonchan gets at the end demolished by Nidoqueen and Stami. 2 badges, 2 deaths. Haha. Then we are allowed to destroy the 2 Aqua Grunts, before Archie wants some of that juicy booty of mine. Anyways, Archie is not really a threat, we only nearly lose Manectric to the Sharpedo. I forgot to get speed boost, never punished though. Yeah, your rival is actually the first real run killer with a Mimikyu. Swallow gets O-Code without discharge, and Mask Stomp gets walled by our Electros. Serena is cringe and doesn't want to die, so we pivot into Marowak, Stealth Rock, and then Stomping Tantrum the Ponyta away. We try again for that Serena, but here comes the run-ender. After some pivoting, we finally manage to take it down, but it's hard to handle without an Azumarill jump spam. Last is Serena, and it finally ends here. Oh, another cringe trainer. It's a max speed and special attack Abra with timid nature. Luckily, Crowbat can save us here. We also get the coin case for an Ice Stone, some items for a specific Pokemon, and Rock Smash plus a bike. Next, we get a Munchlax. It's one of the best Pokemon in this game, and after finally getting all available encounters for us up to this point, we go for Watson. Yeah, so Snorlax with a careful nature, perfect IVs in HP and special defense EVs, and a pivot for the Leaf Storm from Rotom Motor can literally, let's say, solo him. I love it. No joke. Fuck you, Watson. 3 gems down. Be careful of that guy. He wants to explode you with all of his Gravelers. Oh, we also got a Grimer and a Fletchender. After meeting May and getting the last stones, we are now fighting against Team Magma Grunt. Nothing really to say about that fight, it's rather hard to explain and it's also very specific as well and involves some luck. We can be happy we just didn't get fucked by the RNG there, and at this point I don't really mind losing Ribbon anyways. Also, now we can get in the daycare and get some of the most broken Pokemon. For example, there would be Rhyhorn, Swallow and Sneasel.
What? It was -2? Zero pros, minus priority. Didn't know that, by the way. Where should I know that? Because this is the first time I've seen this move in my entire life. Doesn't even learn Brick Break, it's a fucking fighting type.
After some crying, let's demolish Tabitha. None of his Pokemon are a threat whatsoever. The only scary one would probably be the Manatee and the shitty AI. Yeah, I personally would also use Rock Slide instead of the Flare Blitz, which does around 3 times more damage than Rock Slide. Anyway, Tabitha was a brief afterwards. But because the Manatee is such a piece of shit, Tabitha is at this point of the game actually harder than Maxi. Most of Maxi's mons can already be handled quite well by our team, so there is no real threat to us, as you can see. And after saving the volcano or the earth, whatever, and after getting some encounters as well, it's time for our first run-ender, Flannery. Funnily enough, we will completely destroy her. She does actually shit against us, as you can see, but Toxapex is probably the MVP in this fight. So I recommend you going for this Pokemon. I mean, the chance is pretty low to get it, but it's an insane mon and it's always worth trying. So that's that, 4 badges done. Oh, right. After Flannery, we get some desert encounters. They are mostly pretty good and also fun to use. Comogregus is really insane, but sadly we got a Claydol, whatever. And Sandshrew is a nice Pokemon, and our fossil encounter is obviously Aerodactyl, because Aerodactyl Mega is one of the best Pokemon in this game. Norman is next. Norman leads with a Swallow, which is kinda whatever, because Toxapex is such an insane Storm one. With permanent Toxic on the field, we now can send an Aerodactyl Mega and destroy the Swallow. Explode is pretty cringe because it's a special attacker, but Toxapex can handle this one as well, and afterwards we pivot into Snorlax, and Bane and Tauros. Jellicent and Sandshrew pivot and repeat until it's stake. Next one is the Noon. It's probably the most scary one in this team, because plus 6 Shadow Claw, Extreme Speed Stab and Seed Bomb actually really hurt. In this case, it's always better to risk than not, because the downside would have been a wipe. Luckily, we managed to defeat it. Kangaskhan is whatever. Again, we pivot and just win through Toxic Stall. Last one is this Ace Slacking, which is honestly just a meme. We switch into Heracross and clean the floor with its face. 6 badges done. Oh, yeah. We also got Rollo, one of the best Pokemon in the game. Anyways, afterwards we have to go to the Vet Institution and save the scientists from Team Aqua. God, Shelly is so hot. She leads with a Alolan Ninetales, which gets one shot by our Aerodactyl Mega's Iron Head. Crown is next. We tried to do stuff and never got of its Dragon Dance. Well, we toxic but have to sack something to it. So bye bye Muck. Toxapex is next, but it luckily survives. Ludicolo gets completely walled by Goodra and Snorlax. We then have to risk a crit on Snorlax from Empoleon and make Penguin Jerky out of it afterwards. Next is Beedrill Mega, which gets completely smashed by Crobat. Last is his Clefairy, but we don't have the Muck anymore. So we have to improvise, but Snorlax can luckily wall and defeat it. Holy shit! Snorlax is just not balanced, huh? Afterwards, we find our rival, May, again. She leads with Swallow, which gets demolished by our Aerodactyl Mega's strength. Same goes for her Vikavolt. Swampert Mega is a problem, so we switch into a Bummersnow and Grass Knot for another KO. Rapidash tries Jump Kick, but we pivot into Sandslash. We then switch back into Aerodactyl Mega, but we get burned. Luckily, Strength is so OP in this game, it's still enough to kill. Serena is pretty cringe, but Crobat is always the answer. Last is Mimikyu, which gets handled by Klinklink's Gear Grind and the Bambusnow's Ice Shot. Bye bye May, have a good one. Those are all the encounters we can get before Winona, and it's probably the last time you will see any encounters, maybe some specific ones later in the game. We also need some items from the shopping center, but May is blocking the way. We don't really care and don't go over the fight again, because it's literally the same fight but without the rain. Have a look at those beauties. All the Pokeballs, insane TMs, and Substitute. Before we can fight Winona, we need Rhyperior. Rhyhorn is one of the egg encounters, one of the 17 possible to be exact. You wanna know which egg encounter Rhyhorn was? The 16th one. Yes, you heard that right. I literally wanted to crush my screen. Oh, yeah. Before we fight Winona, we have to defeat Frontier Brain Spencer. Here's a short montage or something like that. So, swing attack route and freeze try the Gyarados. You're dead. You're also dead. Malcolm's Aerodactyl and Dragonite. Okay, this route. Didn't expect a good Dragonite, to be honest. It's kinda bad. Oxel is fine. Yeah, it's nothing. Nice. And Fire Punch should always go on
Rapira. Yeah. Good. Now we heal up to full. EQ and Fire Punch. Obviously the Fire Punch will go onto you. So we go you. I think we just rocks out here, right? Nice, nice. As the Molgo we go Spiker Shield. Protect. Hurricane is fine. Deathquake is also fine. We go this and this. Nice miss. Should now be focusing you. Nice, nice. Wait, it's already only a Taria left. Well, that was kinda easy. This. Well, easy 6 batch babies! Easy 6 batch babes! So, the bad news is, the file with this fight isn't working. I have no clue what happened. It's watchable on Media Player, but not usable on my cutting program. At least, there wasn't anything important in this fight, or rather in this file, because there's literally one boss fight implemented, and that's the Mad fight. Which is not that big of a deal, because in a few minutes you will see a fight against Matt again, with the only difference being some different hell items and a higher level cap. And yes, I refuse to talk about double battles. Enjoy the shit show. More time. So obviously we stealth rock the first turn and protect. Yeah, what happens, I guess. Now comes Impeliper. You have to be careful. Surf. And surf. What comes in now? No Houndoom, please. I don't know why they don't send in Houndoom, but that looks a nice extra double kill to me. So there can be right. What? Well, purpose that, I guess. That's not how it's supposed to be. Because the crocodile. I can't, man. I fucking can't. There was a 10% chance to miss the roll. There was a less than 10%. I fucking throw up. Off because we get damage on Seismitoad and we get damaged by Starmie. There is a chance to get crit here. I don't know how protect works in this game, because if we protect, does the AoE move count as a single target or as a multi-target? It's a 2-shot in this case, sadly. There's a Dark Pulse. Huh? Oh, I didn't know that. Nice. Well, anyway, we lost Pelipper. That's kinda bad. Now, it's time for Maxi. Groudon could be scary, but Solar Beam from Victreebel cause it. Camerupt gets completely walled and destroyed by Snorlax, so that's another win. Lycanroc gets predicted, we pivot into Crobat and Sandslash, go for the EQ and take the dog out. Victreebel is next, but... well, that's now kinda bad. It went randomly for Weather Ball. I can't, man, I fucking can't. Luckily, we had the perfect team to pivot and make the Victreebel die to its life orb. Next is Hydreigon. Snorlax also waltz this. Then we switch into Golisopod and echo that thing with one first impression. Last is his Crobat that
also fucks us with RNG. 2 Hypnosis, so there's a 36% chance to hit both times in a row. But yeah, that happens, but we can't hit the 10% roll, right? Anyways, after some calcing, having big brain damage and sacking, we came to this conclusion. I don't ask for much, James. Just hit the roll, please. It's not that much to ask. This game, it makes me so sick. Like, literally, all the Pokemon we lost them to like a chance below 20%. And it was literally the same thing again. Like, this thing was at max 51% HP. And Victory Bell, like there was a 37% chance to kill. Like one time I asked for something. I mean, thank fucking god the AI foiled that as well, so it randomly chose Hypnosis to use. But holy shit, man. After crying about this shit game's AI, I decided to destroy the Winstrad family and take the life up as my reward. So it's time you can enjoy the mad fight I was talking about before. Raichu OHKO's Pelipper and Sazpitoad gets handled by our Ferrothorn. Heliolisk gets walled by Goodra, if I manage to poison it like a sane human being. Yeah, we have to dodge a crit, but luckily didn't. Now we stall with Goodra and Snorlax. I would say, but this game really hates me. At least we, this time, didn't get paralyzed. At the end, Snorlax was a useless dog, so we had to risk the crit on Raichu. Luckily, she's a strong and independent woman and managed to survive. We predict the Sucker Punch from Toxicroak and OHKO it with EQ. Gyarados is next, which gets walled by Golisopod's Bug Gem's boosted First Impression. Last is Dhelmise, which gets handled by Ferrothorn's stall ability. A Magikarp. Anyways, the 7th gym is whack. You can do most of the battles solo and Snorlax is just a god in there. But before we can do Tantalizer, we need a choice band. Sadly, we can't get them without defeating Frontier-Head Lucy. Here we go. Her lead is Shuckle, which has a red card. We were prepared for that. Only one monk can't get switched in, which was Manectric. Fuck this game. Anyway, after defeating Shuckle, Steelix gets switched in. Jellicent pivot into Pelipper and we predict the switch. Seviper gets walled by Goodra, so AI switches into Gyarados. We pivot into the crippled Manectric. Well, seems like we lost it. Luckily, at the end, we still managed to defeat it with Goodra. Next is Steelix, where we pivot again into Pelipper. Seviper is a switch into Goodra, and this time we wall and destroy it. Steelix is a pivot for Pelipper once again, so we use Goodra again against the Malotech. Afterwards, once again, AI switches in Steelix, where we pivot into Pelipper and U-turn it into his last one superior. Then AI switches again, so we now have to randomly pivot. At the end, we manage to handle Steelix, but AI pivots again. We go Weavile and the red card prediction fucks us. So now we have to play into the crit with Goodra and sack this useless ape. Goodra manages to defeat Superior and Steelix gets destroyed by Pelipper. Yeah, what a fucking bloodbath, holy. Anyways, with the choice band in our hand, we now can fight. Tantalizer gets swept by our Swallow and Medicham. Both are Element with perfect attack and speed EVs, and our Swallow is also pre-poisoned and has Facade with choice band. The tempo of the fight is kinda boring. There's not much to talk about if I'm really honest. It's just a stronger version of the last tempo fight, so I think we can just say he is easy to handle if you have a counter for the Manatan and you are Gucci. So Kingler is probably a good option for this. Now, before we fight Maxi for the last time, we need Choice Specs Island. So we have to fight the Frontier leader Greta. She leads with Landorus, which gets destroyed by our Rotom with Ice Gem boosted Freeze Dry. Her Breloom gets also destroyed by that move, Like I said before, the AI in this game is so not consistent. Heracross is next, which gets Volt by Crobat. Gotta love this thing, unlike Leowith's Pokemon. Tapu Koko would be a threat if we hadn't Jonker. She pivots into Gengar, which gets completely negated by our Insomnia Ghost Normal type Barnett. One knockoff into Shadow Sneak is enough to defeat the Gengar Mega. Tapu Koko comes in again, so we pivot back into Snorlax. Obviously, AI switches into Umbreon. Afterwards, we send in Inclement and... we are candidate to crit here now, but we have to risk it. 1 Gear Grind, 2 Gear... oh well. That's kinda unlucky. Because Umbreon survives now, and... why is it surviving? A role where we never should die. And this should have killed. I don't get it. So actually, like I said, there's like a less than 1% chance to lose your Pokemon. I can't, bro. I mean, at least the amount of HP it currently has, Crobat should always be able to kill it. After all the pivoting, Snorlax can take out Tapu Koko and get us the Choice Specs item. Let's go for the last Maxi fight in the Space Center. Why is it will-o-wisping us? What the fuck? Hurricane is almost a kill. Maybe Credility does something, I don't know. Okay, that's nice. That's fun. That's fun. Credility is dead weight anyway. Moonblast on Credility, please. Okay, that's good. Crit doesn't matter. Crobat is... wait, that's so good. Wait, no, we don't kill it, never mind. Such. Might be pretty dumb from my side. But like I said, I'm willing to sack Pelipper here. Okay, I think Pelipper's dead here. Like, it's not that it's dead to crit. Okay, well. But I think it's dead now. Okay, that's fine. Man, if I went U-turn, I would have survived. But then it's expected to attack us. But that's the pro gamer difference for us. Well, Pelipper, thank you for the fights we had together. They weren't much, but you did a great job. Thank you. After an heroic sack of Pelipper, which could have been possibly negated, we then sweep with Choice Specs Kingdra's Surf in the rain. Anyways, we are now heading to the Team Aqua's last try to drown the planet. We skip Shelly because it's literally the same fight as before, just with a higher level. So, after Archie revives Kyogre, it's time to save the world. Kyogre gets one-shot by our physical attacking Raichu, and Poliwrath tries to take her out, but luckily a burned water-absorbed Shelly Scent is literally invincible to that. After stalling it out, Archie sends an Electros. This one gets completely walled by our Goodra, so that thing goes down as well. Fun fact, Electros can't normally learn Swift Swim. Only in this fight it has this ability. Next is his own Goodra, where we simply go into our Rotom and freeze-dry it. Sharpedo comes in, but we don't really care because Golisopod with first impression is its nemesis. Back comes in Electros, but like I said before, it's no match for our Goodra. Definitely a S tier Pokemon in this game. Last is his physical Tentacruel, that goes down to our Pharaoh form. Well, no. Well, now that we defeated Archie, the world is still not saved. But luckily, this flying green worm wants to T-pose on ground and Kyogre, so that's that. After memeing on Archie and Maxi, we now can finally go for the last gym battle in this game. Let's get into that shit. Let's get into that. As always, we lead with Raichu and destroy the Politoed in its own rain with Thunder. Swampert is next. Funnily enough, Alabama Snow was a thing, and with Hail on the field, we now speed an Oak with Giga Drain. Next is Ludicolo, where we again forgot to poison Goodra. We get Hail away with Sunny Day, and the Focus Blast also misses. I don't really know why they had switched out into Kingdra, but now we have to hit the player off with Azumarill, otherwise we are in trouble. Lapras comes in, but it's no match for the best special defense one in this game, Snorlax. After dying to cringe, Juan sets in Kabutops. This thing is scary because of buffed Leech Life, Sword Stance, and a Focus Sash. Oh well, sucks to be him, then Ferrothorn is literally the biggest candidate thing. Ironically enough, Kabutops kills itself even faster by Leech Lifing us. Lol. Last is Ludicolo, but that's not worth the mention. So that's 8 badges and only 1 bitch. Let's get into the what if fight in Victory Road. This is it, I guess. Wadi! Hi! This Talonflame, we go to you. It's fun. We'll probably go Sleep Powder here. Mega Drain, it's also fun. Just Ice Cream, yeah, Quiverance is fun. That's actually not fun. What the fuck? What is happening? Attack drop kinda cringe. Does this mean he doesn't have an out for Ferrothorn? Talonflame is fine. Go back into you. Risk again being burned. Maybe just several Kirat. Yeah. We'll probably go for Sleep Powder over Quiverance. Both fun. Why is he always going Mega Drain? I don't get it. Quiverance is cringe. That's cringe. Yeah, now it's dead, isn't it? Yeah. Hello, Talonflame. Have fun dying. Less damage, bro. I think he switches red. He doesn't. God fucking damn it, this AI. So weird. Well, then I guess we just strength. That's the Megazord, it's frozen. Wrangle. I'm not gonna risk anything here. I will not risk anything here. We'll have to risk a late. So this is now the end. Why would it go for Night Slash here? Sacred Sword deals at least 91% damage and Night Slash deals 47%. Not even with a crit it would come close to this damage. Well, anyway, Talonflame always outspeeds and kills with acrobatics. Well. Wally wasn't really a threat, but let's be clear, the game is not done here. Victory Road has insane trainers, good teams, and always a mega as ace. So be careful. Luckily, you're only forced to fire around 4 to 5 trainers. Oh yeah, we nearly wiped to the last trainer before we reached the E4. But before we start, as always, we do a rundown of our E4 team. First, Blaziken, our starter. Yeah, I know you've been waiting for him. Blaziken is here for 2 reasons. Insane damage output and speed boost. Sounds rather basic, right? Let's say it that way. Choice Band, Element, Perfect Attack, IV and EV Blaziken can one-shot a Tyranitar with a Chople Berry, and Mega Blaziken can actually sweep Glacier. Literally solo. I'm not kidding. In both V4 attempts, Glacier was the biggest fence to climb, but Blaziken made it possible to literally 1v6 this. Next is Fortress. This is by far the best physical wall in this game, especially because it's only weak to fire, even if it's a quad weakness. It was the biggest threat from Sydney and is a core part of the Drake file. You can also use Ferroform instead of Fortress, but Drake is then a bit harder. Next is our Gyarados. It has a huge variety of learnable moves and has access to Intimidate, Moxie and Rampage. This thing is needed for a single Pokemon in Sydney's team and Gyarados Mega solo sweeps Phoebe. Milo is next, and it's actually a quite good wall in general. It has good special defense, and with Marble Scale, it can be put to sleep, get parried or poisoned, plus it gets an increase in the defense stats as well. It's literally a wall for Sydney's ace, and a plan for B or C for Wallace. Snorlax is probably the best one if you don't know what you're doing. It is the best special wall in the game, has the ability to stall everything with Toxic, Slack Off, Recycle and Protect, and can be even tanky with immunity or Thick Fat. Snorlax is actually insane for Wallace and fine for Glacier. It can, in theory, nearly solo Wallace if you don't get hexed away by Crit and Para. But that's why we have a Lumberry and not Leftovers, right? Last is Weavile, our MVP. It has a great typing, is strong, fast, and with Choice Band can deal an insane amount of damage. Not only is it able to defeat Drake with the help of Fortress, it's also our safest way of handling Wallace, in my opinion the strongest Pokemon with Wickle Ult. So that's our team. I'd say let's find out if I'm able to beat the Elite 4 of Inclement Emerald with Hardcore Nuzlocke. Man, my drip is not on fleek. One moment, I'm sorry. But my drip is on fleek. I'd say let's just start because like there's nothing else we can do anymore, right? Our team is ready. Yeah. Okay. Welcome, Challenger. I'm Sydney of the Elite 4. I like that look you're giving me. I guess you'll give me a good match. That's good. Looking real good. Alright, you and me. Let's enjoy a battle that can only be staged here in the Pokemon League. Well, that will be interesting, not gonna lie. Okay, first one is Tyranitar. So Tyranitar has always the Sandstream, and the more problematic thing of the Tyranitar is it's having a Chople Berry. So like normally it's always Tyranitar is quite weak to fighting type moves, and there's no fighting type Pokemon that speeds and one shots Tyranitar with a fighting move. The only problem is Blaziken with a Choice Band always one-shots the Tyranitar. So now it depends on what he will switch in next. I take that. Oh wait, what is wrong with the screen? What the fuck? Why's nobody telling me that? So, Mug. Fortress is immune to poison type attacks. So that's a free switch. And now is the thing that's a bit scary. So first we go Protect here, because nothing happens for us and it's only a plus side for us because Mug gets more damage. So as you can see, it goes for Fire Punch. Normally I would go into Gyarados, Protect for one turn, and then switch back into Fortress, because we'll go for Gunk Shot obviously. That's the third turn. Then we Protect. Wait, do I Protect? Ah, we will. And now the thing is, with this setup, we can get Burn as well. That's why Gyarados is Poison Blocks. So this is now 3 turns with the Sandstorm. And if you remember this, or if you know it, this turn. So now, its entire HP dropped from 337 to
253. I beg you. I fucking beg you. Thank fucking god. And then we get the Moxie boost, but this doesn't really matter for us. Oh wait, right, it doesn't really matter because we would die no matter because we get damaged by poison and sandstorm, so it's quite nice if this wouldn't happen. So, let's just hope. No Gyarados, please. Weavile? That's totally fine for us. Now that I think about it, it would have been better not to give Weavile a Focus Sash for that. It was kinda stupid. Hopefully it now tries to attack us with Foul Play or Toxic. Okay. Absol can only go for close combat here. That's the most damaging move against Snorlax. The thing is, Milo has Marvel Scale and is burned. And it's defense HP, EV trained Pokemon. So the only thing that's gonna happen now is Milo will literally clean the ground with this Absol. And with the burn and sandstorm it doesn't really matter. And now that I think about it, it would have been bad if we attacked it the first time, because if it crit us and high rolled, Burn plus Sandstorm would have taken out Milo, and it would be nice to have Milo for Wallace. Now comes in his last and probably most scary Pokemon, the Cacturn. In Ferrothorn, into Fortress. And as said already, we have a counter for this Cacturn, and let's just say, this thing is insane. Sword Dance is fine, because even with +2 we don't die. As you can see, that the damage is quite good here. Probably an Inclement Emerald change. As you can see, not even a close combat crit would have killed us here. So, with that being said, that's the first and probably hardest E4 member. Never said me, ladies and gentlemen. Well, how do you like that? I lost. Heh, it was fun, so it doesn't matter. Hahaha, I'm Thief Elite 4. I did my training on Vampire. While I trained, I gained the ability to commune with ghost type Pokemon. Yes, the bond I developed with Pokemon is extremely tight. So, come on, just try and see if you can even inflict damage on my Pokemon. God, I wish that was me. Okay, there's the Mismagius. So, we always go for Dragon Dance here. We never go for the Mega, because then this would be super effective damage. That's super bad! We evade our Pokemon to never die to crit here. Has Shadow Sneak, we are pretty fucked. Because this should have been just a sweep with Gyarados. Go for Crunch here. I won't know my heartbeat rate right now. Okay. With Crunch. I don't fucking know, guys. Like, if we defeat the Mismagius, I should literally switch in Aegislash and kill us. Because Aegislash is the only Pokemon that could outspeed us. So apparently my claim of sweeping every single time with this specific Gyarados set is true. Oh damn, I've gone and lost. Man, my heart. Welcome, my name is Glacier of the Elite 4. I've traveled from afar to hone so that I may hone my ice skills, but all I've seen are challenges by weak trainers and their Pokemon. What about you? It would please me to no end if I could go all out against you. Man, I'm so anxious right now. Or rather, I wouldn't even say excited, I'm afraid, I guess? Okay. So, this is no warning. A Bomber Snow can't hit us with anything. And now, it's time for the sweep. HP and defense elite. And the Frost is obviously because it's like a ghost type. Okay, my heartbeat is at 123. Okay, that sounds way more appropriate for this. There are two things that can get fucked up by this fight. First, not pressing Fire Punch on... not pressing Mega Evolve into Protect against the Bomber Snow, or not pressing Fire Punch against the Frosters. In your Ice type you're getting increased defense stats. I forgot about that. That's why close combat doesn't kill. Or rather have like not that many viable counters for the team of her. Blaziken is so fucking strong that it can literally solo her. And that's kinda hot, not gonna lie. You and your Pokemon, how hot your spirits burn. Oh my god, I wish. Oh wait, that is me! The all-consuming heat overwhelms. It's no surprise that my ice skills failed to harm you. What? I am the last of the Pokemon League Elite Four, Drake, the Dragon Master. In the natural state, Pokemon are wild living things. They are free. At times to hinder us, at times to help us. For us to battle with Pokemon as partners. Do you know what it takes? Do you know what is needed? If you don't, then you will never prevail over me. Funny thing, the strategy against Drake only works if he plays in our hands, otherwise we are pretty fucked. Pretty fucked. Broke. Toxic Spikes is totally fine for us. That doesn't matter. Let's go. We can't get one shot because we are sturdy. And because of the eject button, we now can send in Weavile. I know, Weavile is poisoned. It doesn't fucking matter. I calced it all. Literally everything with Ice Punch. We are surviving around with 30 HP. 30 to 40 HP. Crit didn't matter, by the way. It doesn't matter. Because we are missing 0.4% HP to kill it. And now, as you can see, after we defeated the Garchomp, we are losing HP to Rough Skin. The Superior gets also one shot no matter what. And the Salamence gets also one shot. And the last one is the Salamence, which dies. Weavile literally swept Salamence. Literally swept Drake. It just needed a bit of help, but that's totally fine. And now comes the most important part of the Indigo Plateau. Superb, it should be said. Let's just hope we don't get fucked by RNG. Welcome, Schuster. That incident in Utopia City, it was superb work. Putting an end to that crisis all by yourself. Oops. It wouldn't be fair to say that you alone ended the crisis. You overcame that difficult situation by working as one with your Pokemon. You trainers raised Pokemon by giving them items and by teaching them new techniques for battle. But we ourselves also learn many things from Pokemon. And this is where your achievements are put to the test against what others like you have achieved. Now, who can most allegedly dance with their Pokemon Hoenn? Show me right here and now. Oh goddamn, Wallace. I've been waiting for this moment for more than 3 weeks, you dumb piece of garbage. I'm gonna fucking sweep the floor with your face. Toxic. As we know from the last fight before, he always switches out for whatever reason, because probably can't. Snorlax, please, I beg you. I can't win. thank you very much. I'm sorry this happens to you, but Snorlax has one of its phases, I guess, where it just has to be fucking annoying. And this is not good. This is really not good. I hope he stays in, because otherwise we're in real trouble. And go Brave Bird. Brave Bird never kills you. That's not the point of my attempt using Blaziken. Nice crit Blaziken. This was probably the highest roll possible. Dragomir doesn't hit. So, Blaziken, thank you for your help. Why Weavile? Well, to put it simply, and kill Stellados. Okay, there's the Vikavolt. We don't kill it if we don't crit. But that's not a problem, because Vikavolt kills itself with Life Orb. The only problem would be if we get now Parrot. The one time we can't get Parrot. We go again for Ice Punch because we outspeed. This should deal enough damage so Vikavolt kills itself with the Life Orb damage. Thank you, Weavile. You were a god with Drake. Thank you for your service. And now, the most important decision in the entire run. Because if he goes for Whiscash and we don't send in Gyarados, we are pretty fucked. Easy. Easy. I'm reading you like a fucking book. For one Dragon Dance. Whiscash goes itself for Dragon Dance. But because we used Dragon Dance ourselves, we outspeed. So, what is he going to do now? Go again for Dragon Dance. So, what is he going to do now? Right, Dragon Dancing himself as well. But, so, the problem now is, Whiscash can kill us for a crit. But, this doesn't matter. Because normally, Gyarados couldn't one-shot it with a +2 Waterfall. But, because we are in Rain, and have, how much attack EVs do we have again? 209. Because we have 209 attack EVs, and +2 in the Rain, Waterfall always kills. So, have a good one, Whiscash. And with that, because we're still full HP, we get the Moxie boost, and none of his Pokemon can fight us anymore. And like I said, there would have been now a possibility of, if we went for EQ first, we went 2 times for EQ. No, actually not. I'm just completely stupid, my bad. But the prediction, it was a pretty bad prediction, and it wasn't even right what I tried to predict, so that's kind of sad now that I think about it. 252 defense, or it's Bold Nature, which is plus defense and minus special attack. God, I swear to fucking God, I won't miss this game a single second of my fucking life. Because this game is not hard. But getting fucked by RNG, after all, after every single time, that's what drives my gears, okay? That crushes my fucking gears. Well, else? Fuck you. Especially, fuck you, Snorlax, for doing literally nothing in the entire Elite Four. And the one time you had to do something, you missed Toxic 2 times in a row. But, hey, sorry. For the future, I just remember that Snorlax is a useless piece of shit and I don't expect it to hit Toxic and just give it Body Slam, because that would have been probably a better option, right? I, the champion, fall in defeat. That was wonderful work. You were elegant, infuriatingly so. Infuriatingly so. And yet it was utterly glorious. Kudos to you, Schuster. You're a truly noble Pokemon trainer.